What is up, fam? Hope this message finds you all well and great spirits. Let's take a little drive. Let's have a little talk, because the new spy shots just came out from our friends at Haggerty of the new GT500 testing in Dearborn, Michigan, guys. And rumor mill is flying that this new GT500 or Cobra variant will be not only 1,000 horsepower, but also all-wheel drive. Let's talk about it. Let's go for a drive. What these spy shots mean and what it could be. And yes, my hope and my dream is that it is a 1,000 horsepower variant Mustang that is all-wheel drive, that is crazy special, that is unique, that will totally take this whole car game by storm. Ford has a great opportunity here to do that. They have it through various other models we've seen. We'll break it down, what it could be, what it can't be. There's two things I know that a variant is coming. It is the variant between the Dark Horse and the GTD. Now, that being said, the GTD is way out of the price range of most Mustang owners. It's $300,000-$400,000, and it's very hard. It's, you know, have to be selected to get it. But what is that in-between model going to be? Is it going to be two? Is it going to be a Boss and a GT500? It can be a Boss or a Cobra. So let's first talk about what we're seeing here. This looks to be a GT500 Cobra variant, not the Boss. So we'll focus on that for today's video. Then what we see here is it has a lot of cooling, and it's using the last gen GT500 2020 to 2022 carbon fiber wheels and stock wheels as well. So what that tells me is that, yes, they're even teasing us by putting a test mule on where the fender badge goes for what would be the snake would be. So I'm hearing on a lot of rumor fronts that it is going to be an all-wheel drive variant. Now, the only caveat with it being 1,000 horsepower is I don't think Ford wants to step on the GTD owners' toes, because that is 860, and to have a 1,000 horsepower car, which is going to be considerably less, would kind of be a tough pill to swallow for bragging rights or whatnot, because Ford has always done that with their Mustang lineups, whereas other manufacturers don't care. They just go up and down with their horsepower numbers. But what I think would be great is a all-wheel drive, 1,000 horsepower. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be a 5.2 again, 265 blower. That seems to be the safe way. Ford is putting that in the GTD. It's in the current Raptor R. It is not a flat plane crank. It's a cross plane crank 5.2, which will probably be the power plant. And I'm thinking what they're going to do is that'll be like the 860 horsepower power plant in the GTD, but it's going to come with an electric motor up front to drive the front wheels to give it that extra boost to get to 1,000 horsepower. That's just my speculation. And I think that'd be really cool to have an all-wheel drive 1,000 horsepower GT500. Now, the reality is, and we've seen, sometimes we have way big wish lists, and I can see this being probably a safe 800 horsepower 5.2 supercharged with a 265 Eaton blower and an 8-speed dual clutch with the S650 body style and tech updates. That's kind of me, the safe end of the spectrum. Which I think would be really even better was, I know there was a rumor that came out in the Reddit forums about a motor called the Legend that will be built in the power plant assembly plants that is going to be in 2026. And that, I think, would be really cool if that is the Megazilla, the 7.3 V8, which has been shown as crate engines that get blown to have magnificent power levels. I'm talking about easily 1,000. But that's a whole new setup, a whole new aspect to put in a production vehicle. I don't know how it's going to work with emissions. If you look over at the actual kind of cooling area, there's some intercoolers going on. You have a lot of cooling going on, right? So that screams to me that it's going to be some kind of form of supercharged. Over the top, I think, would be 7.3 boosted V8, 1,000 horsepower all-wheel drive craziness. Now, it remains to be seen if there's actually going to be a stick shift version of a boosted GT500. The last one was way back 10 years ago, 13-14 variant 500. And I would love that. Now, again, if anybody from Ford is watching this or you want to forward it to your Ford friends, what I would love Ford to do is give the consumer the option. The option if we want to have a stick shift, if we want to have a 10-speed, if we want to have a DCT. Like, let's give the consumer the opportunity to choose the exact spec they want. So, yes, if it's a 5.2 supercharged, let us choose a stick variant if we want. If you're a track person, you want the DCT, go for it. If you're the kind of in-between, you want the track and you want to do the drag strip, do the 10-speed, because we know DCT is a little lazy out the hole at the drag strip. So I would love that opportunity to do that. And that's just my recommendation. This remains to be seen. Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's definitely going to be a new model released soon. I'm thinking we're gonna wait to see hard numbers. It'll be a lot of teasers, a lot of like seeping out of information, because like I said, I think Ford doesn't want the GTD guys to cancel their orders or walk away from them, especially with this model coming out. So right now, I think we're gonna get a lot of GTD actual deliveries happening in the fall to end of the year, and then they're gonna really ramp up for the GT500 or Cobra. Now, I keep saying both because I don't know. As of now, it's not a Shelby. Shelby American, and those trademarks have ended with Ford. That's why Shelby American, which is an independent company from Ford, has made things like the Super Snake, the GT350, so on and so forth, because they have the rights to those names. So it could be actually a Cobra, which Ford owns, or I don't know how the GT500 actually works. So I think it'll be one of those things. I think the Boss is going to be an NA version car, maybe the 7.3, but we'll talk about that later. This appears clearly to be the GT500 or Cobra variant. I want it to be a Cobra. I want a snake back. The 04 Cobra is I mean, it's been 20 years. Let's go. Let's get some venom up in here. I think it'd be really cool to have all the options. Stick shift Cobra, DCT Cobra, all-wheel drive, and yes, I'm throwing it all out there because this could be the last epic machine that we get for a Mustang, because you know how emissions go. Everything can end up being all electric anyways, or hybrid only. So let's see what we can get this last hurrah, because Ford is pushed. I mean, look at the 01, what they did and are doing. I mean, what the 01 is doing across the country, breaking track records. They haven't gone to the Nürburgring yet, so we'll see what their numbers are. And kudos to Ford for the GTD getting it. They're sub 7 minute. I know they're trying to get a better time as well as we speak. But that being said, this is exciting. This is really cool. It's something special when a GT500 comes out, or a Cobra, for Mustang enthusiasts or fans, or just the car world in general. And I'm excited. Now, I would assume the price range is going to be anywhere competitively with the 01. So you're looking at the 100 to 150,000 range. I know that's a lot of money. Don't shoot the messenger. This is what I'm speculating. Would I like it to be cheaper? Of course. That's why I said, can we get optionality? Can we get like a base version that starts at like 85? That's a 5.2 supercharged stick shift model that's like 85, and then goes up if you get like our carbon fiber track package with the 8-speed dual clutch to like 100 plus, or you want the 10-speed all-wheel drive. Let's get some options in here, and I think really push the envelope. And now I'm seeing some what looks to be wide body things happening with the front fenders. They're pretty scraped up because they want to allow room for those wheels coming in. So this could be crazy. Now, gotta get a drink here. I'm not sponsored, but Celsius helps with these videos. But anyways, that being said, we will unpack it as we go. And yes, I do have a GTD allocation, but I'm holding out because that's way above my pay grade. And if it happens to work out, great. If not, no worries. We're gonna see what this is all about, and I can't wait to see what it is. Again, comment below what your wish list would be for this new GT500 Cobra variant. Do you want it to be 1000? Do you want it to be a stick shift? Do you want it to be all-wheel drive? What is your dream spec for this new beautiful variant? I mean, the Mufasa, right? The Mufasa Mustang that's coming out. What is it going to be? And I hope Ford really takes the time to knock it out the park, because this we want this to be a Demon 170 killer. We want this to be a 01 eater, and we want us to really go out with a bang and have this be epic. Because as you know, unfortunately, the S650 sales numbers are down. We have a video about that it's down because of various factors. One, it's way more expensive. Two, in my opinion, I think the biggest thing that hurt it is that it's a locked ECU and you can't modify it and tune it the way you want to, as all of us Mustang people love to do. So Ford, please unlock. Instead, let's check out what happens. Take a look at the pictures, go through it. I'll link the Haggerty article. You can read it for yourself. The buzz is happening. The buzz is real. The test mules are out. Should we get a GT500 2026 to the channel? All right, you guys, I appreciate the support. Please like and subscribe, because you know it never ends. Peace.